Oh, 1, 2, oh, 1, 2. Oh, 1, 2, oh, 1, 2. I like to introduce myself.
Hello and welcome back to the 2021-2022 school year. It's so good to see you. We're excited about the upcoming year. I'm LT Erickson, the Director of Secondary Programs and the co-chair for the Evaluation Committee.
And I'm Peggy Hoy, a secondary instructional coach and the co-chair of the Evaluation Committee.
We will be going through the presentation that you will see in just a moment, trying to give a good explanation of the entire evaluation system. If you have questions, you can always go to your administrator. Your instructional coach can help ask questions, or we can also answer questions if you have them. It'll be a great resource. There's some links in there. We're also going to be putting links on the district website. We just want to make sure we have all of the information you need to understand the evaluation system. This presentation is available to all administrators in the shared drive. It will be made available to all staff under Staff Resources on the website.
The Teacher Evaluation Committee is a negotiated committee that is comprised of teachers, building administrators, and district office administrators. All building administrators will work with the staff to complete a pre-conference, observations, and a post-conference. The full description of the evaluation process can be found on pages 15 and 16 of the collective bargaining agreement.
These are the terms that will be used throughout this presentation. All district staff should be familiar with them and how they will help you as you move through the evaluation process. There are 4 domains with 22 elements in those 4 domains. Teacher Vitae is the system on mileposts that you will use for your evaluations, and we will talk about the others later in this presentation. Administration takes a course in the Charlotte Danielson model and continues to be required to recertify in it every time they recertify for their license. Administrators use the book at the bottom left-hand corner of this slide as a guide as they work through the evaluation process. It would be a good resource for you as well. Links to the book and the smart card found in the right-hand corner will be found on the staff resources on the website.
Please note that some domains are listed as invisible. This means that they aren't always readily seen when in a classroom observing. Therefore, it is important that educators keep artifacts of those domains to share during post-evaluation. Visible domain components are easily seen within a classroom observation.
Descriptors reinforce examples, and descriptors in the Charlotte Danielson book. It is never the intention to catch a teacher with basic or unsatisfactory scores. The administration wants to assist you in developing and growing as a teacher.
Therefore, we have identified in the collective bargaining agreement that if any concerns an administrator may have about an educator being basic or unsatisfactory, will be communicated as timely as possible.
Every educator will be assigned an evaluation by their administrator through Teacher Vitae. To access Vitae, go into Mileposts and click on the Teacher Vitae icon. Next to the home icon, you can click on My Schedule. That will take you to your documents. If you have any questions on your documents, check with your administrator.
The career ladder is an allocation model that was passed into law through the Idaho legislature. Educators' placement on the ladder is identified in Idaho code. In 2019, the legislature modified code to include the advanced professional rung of the career ladder.
The 3 rungs of the ladder are as follows: resident, instructional, and pupil service staff who are in the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd year of holding an Idaho credential. Professional, instructional, and pupil service staff who have held a certificate for at least 3 years and have met the professional compensation rung performance criteria. Advanced professional, those who have achieved the requirements for the advanced professional rung, which will be discussed further in this presentation.
The 3 rungs of the ladder have different evaluation requirements. The residency rung requires 2 formal observations, and they both must be 30 minutes in length. The first one must be completed by January 1st.
The professional rung also requires 2 formal observations, and one of them must be a minimum of 30 minutes. One observation has to be done by January 1st but that doesn't need to be the one that is 30 minutes.
And the AP rung is the newest addition to the rung. The evaluation process is the same as the professional rung. In order to apply for the AP rung, a teacher must have held a renewable certificate for 8 years. There are also other requirements to qualify for the AP rung.
Note the amounts and timeline of the formal observations. Formal observations will be a minimum of 30 minutes. Walkthroughs are shorter in length. Administration will share informal feedback with the teacher from these. All can be used as part of the final written evaluation. The screen clipping regarding the 3 rungs comes from the evaluation flow chart at the end of the collective bargaining agreement.
This slide shows the evaluation flow chart from the collective bargaining agreement. The evaluation materials, the pre-conference, and the post-conference will all be discussed next. This presentation will serve as this part of the evaluation process. In addition, this PowerPoint will be shared with you for access to reference as needed throughout the year. At any time during the year, if you have a question regarding the evaluation process, please speak with your administration or your instructional coach. The screen clipping regarding evaluation materials comes from the evaluation flowchart in the collective bargaining agreement.
During the pre-conference, the evaluating administrator will meet individually with each certified staff member prior to the end of the first quarter. During this meeting, goals for the year will be discussed, and any questions regarding the evaluation process will be answered. Administrators may request that artifacts are brought to this pre-conference meeting.
There are specific requirements that must be met. All educators need to have their IPLP, which is your Individualized Professional Learning Plan, completed by September 30th, and it will be shared during the pre-conference meeting. All educators are required to complete a self-evaluation of Domain 4. It is highly recommended that all educators complete a self-evaluation of Domains 2 and 3. While it is not required, it will be beneficial to help meet requirements of the AP rung.
While only one goal is required on your individualized professional learning plan, it is important that it be a strong goal highlighting the above mentioned criteria. You can write more than one goal. In addition, according to Idaho Code, if your previous evaluation had any basic or unsatisfactory marks, then you must have a goal to remediate those marks.
As stated before, only Domain 4 is required for the self-evaluation. However, because of the addition of the advanced professional rung, teachers are encouraged to complete a self-evaluation in all domains, 1 through 4, but especially Domains 2 and 3. It will also be beneficial for discussion during the post-evaluation conference with your administrator.
Another requirement of Idaho Code is the completion of a mid-year IPLP review. These are due on January 30th. This is a good opportunity to evaluate your progress and make any changes if necessary. Your administrator may review your progress on your goal at this time.
According to the flowchart in the collective bargaining agreement, the formal written evaluation will be shared with the teacher a minimum of 2 days prior to the post-evaluation conference. During this evaluation post-conference, the formal written evaluation will be reviewed. At this time, the administrators and the educators will communicate results, discuss concerns, and share commendations.
Cover sheets are printed out as part of Teacher Vitae. The above mentioned cover sheets are similar to what you will receive, but the format does look different. It was negotiated to have an evaluation appeals process as part of our evaluation procedures. The first step is the teacher will set up an appeal meeting with their evaluator. The teacher will present written evidence to their administrator showing where there is a disagreement. If the evaluator does not agree with the written evidence, then the teacher can appeal to the appropriate director. The director will assign another administrator from a different building but same level to do a second review of the same written evidence. All identifying information will be removed prior to the new administrator reviewing the appeal.
I'd like to emphasize to teachers the importance of being a self-advocate. Administrators recognize the importance of teachers being a self-advocate. They also recognize they can't see everything in the time they are in your rooms, so they appreciate all artifacts that teachers can provide. As we have alluded to throughout this presentation, the Advanced Professional Rung is the newest addition to the Idaho Career Ladder. There are some very specific requirements. You can access this presentation and click on the appropriate links, or you can check with a member of the evaluation team for more information.
One of the requirements of the AP rung is leadership. Leadership is defined in Idaho Code. We added to it to meet our district's needs. It is important to note that in order to qualify for leadership, you do not have to be in a paid position, such as a leadership stipend or some other paid leadership position.
As LT mentioned, we added some other examples to the leadership definition than what is in code. These are examples, and if a teacher thinks they would qualify for a leadership role, it is important to discuss this with your administrator.
Calendar of due dates. So this is the timeline of due dates for various aspects of the evaluation process. The training of evaluation materials and process is within the first month of the school. The pre-conference with your evaluating administrators by the end of the first quarter. Your individualized professional learning plan or IPLP is due by September 30th. Observations, one must be completed by January 1st. The mid-year IPLP review must be completed by January 30th. The self-evaluation is due March 1st, and student achievement data is due by March 1st. The end of the year IPLP review is due by April 1st, and secondary student achievement data is also due by April 1st. Evaluation post-conference by May 1st. The appeals process must be submitted to an evaluating administrator by May 10th. We'd like to thank you for listening to this presentation.
So this does conclude the information provided regarding evaluations. If you have questions, speak with your administrators, or you can ask a member of the evaluation team.